Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today in this Armored Warfare replay on PvE Hardcore Operation Snakebite, I have a full platoon of Grim Mike with his BMP-3, myself in the Magach 7C, the Red Queen with her Magach 7C, Mighty Mouse with the American MBT-70, and Kangaroo with the C-13 TUA. We're going to go over the history here a bit. Video might go a little long, just forewarning. We're going to try to cram it all in if I can. So the Magach series began in the early 1960s with the purchase of M48 tanks from West Germany. Additional M48s would be purchased from America or would be captured from Jordan. The M48 would be the basis for the Magach 1, 2, 3, and 5. Of course, these early Magach tanks would have various upgrades and modifications made to them. In 1973, Israel suffered heavy tank losses due to combat during the Yom Kippur War. And please forgive the hydraulic sounds. I'm not sure why you're hearing Mighty Mouse's hydraulics. It must be some kind of glitch in the replay system. The losses were replaced by M48A5s, M60s, as well as M60A1 main battle tanks from actually America was the supplier. As before, these tanks would be quickly modified and upgraded for Israel service. The M60 would become the basis for the Magach 6 and Magach 7 series of tanks. The Magach 6 series would run from 6 to 6M, and finally the Magach 7 series would run from 7A to 7C, although B was only a prototype. The 7C is the last of a long line but quick evolution of Magach tanks. It featured a Continental AVDS 1790-5A diesel engine, capable of around 908 horsepower, and it was coupled with a CD 850-6A transmission. The tracks of the Magach 7 series were also shared with the Merkava Mark I. This was to give familiarity with parts and easy supply with quick repair. The suspension, while still a torsion bar suspension type, has been greatly improved. The bars have been replaced with stronger torsion bars, and shock absorbers have been added to the first, second, and sixth road wheels. Hydraulic bumpers have also been added to the first, fifth, and sixth road wheels. The Magach 7 series also retains the M68 105mm rifled gun that came with the tank. The bulky Commander cupola had been replaced with a low-profile cupola. While the Magach 7A would enter service in the 1980s, it would be replaced by the Magach 7C. The Magach 7C would enter service in the mid-1990s. However, all Magachs in active service would be replaced by the Merkava by 2015. Some Magachs, however, still remain in reserve units. The Magach 7C would also go on to having a variant missile carrier called the Perha. The Perha was first revealed in July of 2015. However, it actually first saw action in July of 2014 during Operation Protective Edge. So yeah, there you go. There is the Magach. Mostly the history. Didn't really go too far into the tank itself. Now it also has additional explosive reactive or space armor plating. We're going to talk a little bit about the tank itself. This is the Tier 6 Magach 7C. It is a very good main battle tank for its tier, considerably probably actually one of the best. It is not the most mobile, but its mobility still isn't bad. The gun is on par with most tanks of this tier, short of the 120mm gun that the Chieftain uses, and the 125mm gun that the T-Series tanks use at the same tier. However, that being said, it does have a fast reload, very decent accuracy, and good aim time. The gun handling is very good. The armor is definitely amazing and is probably the main selling point to this tank. It does have a weak spot around the turret ring. But that being said, even the hull is actually pretty well armored. Has a big chunk of spaced armor on the front of the hull. The turret is very tough. And the turret actually, in fact, can withstand shots from Tier 8 main battle tanks and even the Terminator. It's a very well armored machine. Still not sure why you're hearing hydraulic sounds. Just another one of those armored warfare memes. So we're going to get into position on this hill here and get ready to do some spotting and a whole lot of gunning. Other features to point out on this tank: side skirts have actually been added to cover the tracks up. That is a feature that was not on the M60. All in all, that being said, this is, as I said, considerably, I feel it's probably the best of the Tier 6 main battle tanks. I've actually paid to make this vehicle battle hardened, which means it makes just about as much experience and credits as a Tier 6 premium does. At Tier 6, there's also the Magach 7A, which from what I've been told is just about as good as the 7C. It's just that the 7C is even slightly better still. And this tank has always been a pleasure for me to play. It does well in the area of spotting. I've gotten quite a few blue stars, and I've even gone into PvP quite a few times in this machine, and it has always performed pretty well. I mean, when you're fighting Tier 8s, the 105mm gun definitely shows its shortcomings. But that being said, it does withstand the abuse of fighting Tier 8s in the area of armor, as long as you can keep it hauled down and try not to expose that turret ring too much. As you can see, I'm out of heat rounds. I'm loading Sabot ammunition right now, and pretty much just trying to fire my gun as fast as it can reload. It has roughly a 5.5 second reload. I'm going to fire a blind shot here at that Lieutenant Magach. I think I actually bounced off the front of his turret, but there we go. I put one through his lower glacis, just dodged a shot from the T-72, and put one in the side of him. Focus on this T-72, but keeping my turret actually pointed towards the Lieutenant Magach 7C. Took out the T-72. There goes the Magach in a blaze of glory. Just a little short of getting the kill on the M1 there. There's a warrior. Put a Sabot round into him. And there is the end of the match. Pull up the results here. So as you can see, I did 7,412 damage, spotted 9 enemy vehicles, and destroyed 10. Got myself a blue star, a target, and I believe that is called a shootist. Basically, it's a medal for assist. I would be easily top damage overall and top spotting. That's just how I play that map in a main battle tank, and I would say A part of it has to do with how capable the tank is, but also a part of it has to do with how I play Operation Snakebite. All in all, I would highly recommend this tank. It is a very good tank. Unfortunately, the line kind of dies there, but it does pour into the Tier 8 Merkava, as well as you could also go through the line and pour into the Tier 8 Merkava through the Tier 6 Merkava. Personally, both tanks are very good for their tier. I feel the Magach 7C, though, is just a slightly better tank. Anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed the replay here of the Magach 7C. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you for the next replay.